Okay, what's up everybody? It's your boy Mike Morgan here from Morgan Designs, and we're going to do a hot little demo about drawing mechs. I wanted to draw a bunch of mechs this morning because I got a bunch of graphic design stuff to do today, and it's not very draw-y, if you will. And so I just kind of want to start my day by warming up, doing some really fun mech sketches. I wanted to show you this on Pinterest. So I use Pinterest a lot. I don't know if you guys have used that or not, but it's really awesome for artists. Look at all this cool stuff that you can do here. So you type in anything you want, and then like I have mechs on here, and these are all mechs that I've saved to a specific board. So I'm looking at these right now just to look at all the awesome mechs that everyone else has done. And so I want to do something similar to this. And let's say I liked this one right here. Oh, I don't know where it went. I was going to show you how to add one, but oh, it's right here. So it's saved to my thing. So how cool is that? I mean, look at that. That's actually a built one. Most of these are drawings or paintings. So anyways, that's what we're going to do. We're going to do our own mech just as a warm-up sketch for the day. Just had coffee, just had a shower, just was figuring, you know what, it'd be cool to get loosened up. So let me close this down and we'll get Photoshop up here. Photoshop. So as you can see, I just started this is a 16 by 9 layout, 300 DPI, and I have just a gray layer so that I can put in some highlights and it looks nice on top of that. And then I have layer 2 formed here to start drawing on. So right now I have a brush called Kyle's Ultimate Charcoal Brush, which that ships with Photoshop. So if you guys have any good brushes you want to share with me, I'd love to hear about them. So I have just like a darker gray here, and this is gonna be gone over with black, and then again highlights of white. So I'm just trying to look at like what would be cool shapes for this particular situation. I'm gonna do all like biped type stuff, I believe, in this practice session. Okay, so that's cool with me. It's something like that. And each one's going to be really fast. Okay, so I will put that over here. So there's one little thumbnail sketch. And then I'll do another one here. So let's see. Try to think of some different shapes for this one. And right now, this is just looking at shapes. Okay, so this is like forms that are all I'm thinking about. Silhouette, that's what I'm thinking about. So that's probably good for one right there. Okay, so not much to it. This is really easy and simple, because we're going to go deeper into the one we like here in a second. So let's say I do like 6 or 9 of these. That's what I should do. And I'll pick one that looks radical. Alright. Try not to just overthink it too much. Go pretty fast. And then we should get a good result when you kind of just fly through it. I love looking at like figuring out the shapes. This is like a really good way. Just do this blocking in trick. Maybe this one has like a gun coming out. And let's get rid of that last mark. I got too excited. Alright, so we have 3 mech related shapes, and this is a really good way to get warmed up in the morning. Paint something you like. You might like dogs, or you might like boats, ships, spacecraft. I like all those things too, but it's just pick something that you like to get you excited, and then it's a good thing to get sketch warmed up on. I don't do this all the time. Usually I just start the day and just get right into work, but it's kind of like stretching before like a marathon or something. Can't be bad for you. Can only help you. And then if I hate the way it's going, I just bye now. So here we go. Try this situation again. Okay, so really fast mech shapes here. This one doesn't have the greatest silhouette. I'll spread his legs out a little more. Take this lasso tool and just erase what you don't like. Come back to your paintbrush. A little bit of a wider stance there. Okay, so that one's done. Real fast, real quick. We're not getting emotionally invested into any of these. Do not get emotionally invested into any of these. Okay, in the end, you're warming up anyway, so remember that. What's cool about these warm-ups is you can come back later, rebuild them in ZBrush, take them way further if you wanted. Maya, 3D Studio Max, whatever, or take them into Photoshop and spend a bunch of hours on them. But for now, we're doing warm-ups, and so it's cool because you'll have these ideas for later if you want to take them further. You may even build them out of clay. You may build them out of like a kit bash, a model kit bash. Okay, so that one's got some stuff hanging down. This one will have a huge cannon on its head. Let's see how that works. So that's good enough for an idea. See, look how fast we're moving. We already have 5 little ideas. Okay, and then I'm going back to the paintbrush. We're going to try another one. Try to think about a different type of shape here. There we go. Something crazy. Alright, that's a fun one right there. So we'll go back in with some black after these like sketch out for a minute. We're gonna go over a bunch of these with some black lines. So like I said, we're just figuring out silhouette and a bunch of other cool stuff. So for another one, I kind of like this one right here So maybe I'll do one that's a little more like him. I love the way he's set up. He looks very cool. Just got these things coming out. It's fun. Just got the legs. I ran out of room here, so I gotta shrink him down a little bit. Using the lasso tool. I'm just keeping them all on one layer too, by the way. Just easier for now. Okay, so I'm trying to get that kind of feel, that kind of look. Maybe I would add a gun to this one. Alright, yeah, so there's another one. Let's do 2 more. Let's get a 9. Let's get a 9 pack going here. That'll get us kicked off and started. So you get some cool mech shapes. Alright, I like this one too. So maybe we'll hit this idea. And as you see now, instead of doing just the shapes, I'm kind of leaving a little bit of rendering white highlight situation so that I can see a little bit more than just the silhouette in this manner. What do I do here on these legs? And again, I ran out of room, so I gotta lasso this baby up here. Okay, so let's spread his legs out a little bit. Alright, some weird legs. Get some sort of cool situation going on here. This needs to be much wider. This whole head's probably too small. And really his legs would end about right there. Oops, wrong button. Okay, so that's a cool shape. Although it had these things, these like guards. Put those on there. That's kind of cool. Let's make his legs thicker though. So like I said, don't overthink these. So let's call it good. Boom, 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 boom. Let's shrink this bad boy down. And as you can see, some of them turn out better than others. That's why we're doing a bunch of these little thumbnail sketches. Getting a good group going though here. Maybe I'll do one like this kind of stance. I'll change his pose a little bit. He's got like wires and stuff hanging down. Kind of thinking about a ball and joint socket thing here. Very skinny, arced. That would be our tibia and fibia, but obviously this guy doesn't have that. But and then he's got these like I don't know what these would even be. Rocket flares or something. And then these things. So there's an idea for that one. Okay, so we got 9. Now we got 9 thumbnail sketches. 9 thumbnail sketches. Okay, just to get me a little more excited, I'll take some of this background color, make it a little darker. And I'll put this layer behind our thumbnails, and this will be like just cool, like shadow, just to make it look like they're standing on the ground. Really not overthinking it, but that's cool. Okay, so now that we have all these, let's merge these layers together. They don't need to be separate. So now that we have that situation, I'm going to zoom in on one and just go over a real quick pass with some, and not get it too big, but real quick pass with some black and white, or black at least. Let's do like a size 8 brush, and let's get the brush to about black. Figure out the size brush I want here. I don't even know if I want to use this. It's kind of like a charcoal. I don't know if that works really good for this situation. We'll try it. Okay, so now we have our sketches. Now I'm going to just go over it real quick, and this will be like line drawings, right? So this will help me visualize what details are going to be on there. So again, these are real quick too. Trying not to overthink it. You don't have to stay in the dark gray area that you made. That's just a guide for you. You can add things, erase, take away, whatever you want. And this is a good time to think about black shapes. What black shape? What parts are going to be completely black? That'll help you not get too deep into the details. Okay, so that's turning out pretty fun. Use some wires and stuff. You can do a little bit of detail. Now, what we're going to do is go over all these. And then we're going to take our favorite one and do it larger. So we're going to take one design and take it further. Alright, so that's good. That's good right there. So that looks nice. So this one, same thing. Take it a little further. I don't know how these guys are going to look. So I'm just drawing just really sporadically and fast. And then they kind of just reveal themselves. Get some black in there, make that look like a sphere. Wires and junk in here. a disc shape in here, and then a leg. That's cool. It's looking good. Alright, that's good enough for that one. So this one, I remember this one had like a gun here. So that could be your gun, wires coming down maybe. So then that'll kind of help me figure out this shape of this head. This one had these like protective shields. And you want to try to go real fast. If you try to go fast, it helps you not get stuck on the details. That's probably my hardest thing, is I get stuck on the details and forget to just like rip through it. Try to use a lot of black when you can. And honestly, that'd be good enough right there. So we got 3 black and gray sketches. And you see how much easier it's going to be to pick out our final one. It's going to be simple because we got all these like great thumbnail sketches. You wouldn't get this kind of data just going right into it. Just sitting down and starting your own mech. You're not going to get the same kind of effect. I mean, I still sit down and just straight draw without doing it, but every time I do thumbnails, it seems to turn out way better. Kind of get some practice variations. Okay, so that's looking cool. There's your top foot piece, some like toes. And going real fast now. That's good enough for me. This one has the gun on top of his head. Okay, so that's like that. Boom, 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 boom. Alright, that is that section. Some legs. Wires hanging down. I learned that from the Matrix when I was growing up. I had this concept art book from the Matrix, and a lot of the concept art, they had these like rooms and environments where like wires were coming down like this, and it just looks so cool. And I know like in the future that's probably the opposite of how it's going to be. Wires, but everything's gonna be wireless. Already is, but it just looks really cool. So this one, shred this one out real quick. Again with the wires. Cool feet. I like these big fat feet for the bottom. Okay, now we're getting into the ones that we thought were cool. These are the ones where I left a little bit of the background showing to kind of help along with the highlight. This one's got a gun at the mouth area. Cool. Alright. Now we're moving over to this big boy. So this one had those shields. Looks good, that looks good. This one had some real heavy legs. Okay, getting those joints in there. I always think it looks cool having these like spikes or large things coming off the back here, this back heel. Like, I don't know why, that just looks really cool. A lot of mech designers do that kind of look. Alright, I feel like I'm getting warmed up too, you know? Like a few minutes ago I was thinking, okay, I'm ready to do this final one now. Okay. Okay. Yeah. It's okay, I'll call him back.
Hi.
This is my wife, Nikki. She's a wonderful woman.
What are you doing?
Warm up Mechs here.
I'm gonna go. Love you.
I love you too. So out of all these, we have to pick the one we're gonna do. The big one. So call this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Gosh. I just feel like number 2. So let's do number 2. Let's actually take number 2. Take number 2 here. We're gonna copy, paste it. We're gonna put it over here. And make it really large. Alright. Let's actually switch these around to where this is over here. My sketch is over here. Alright, I like that. Okay, so now we're gonna paint on this layer. I'll put some highlights in to get us started. Not highlights, but some light. And I'll actually use this type of brush. Okay, so what part's gonna get hit the hardest? With light. Probably these areas. Right. I'm gonna take some black, roll some of these edges. Just makes them look round. Then we're gonna take we'll take some highlights, some real highlights. We're gonna kick this up to 100%. You can do this in whatever order or way you want, but okay. And those are gonna be white eyes. Okay. Now let's get back to black. I'm gonna just take the round brush here. So let's say, wait, and then I'm just gonna really think about like panel shapes and things of that nature. I still want to kind of move fast though. It's just gonna be a little more detailed than what we had before. You know, but I don't want to completely slow down to where we're not getting anything done. So that's fun foot toe area. So that goes like that. Do some tubes going here, like some hydraulics. And then we're gonna help out with the perspective here. Alright, so we're getting a leg there. Okay, a little bit of details on the leg. Just trying to think of like cool areas to break up the panels. Okay, so that leg's cool. Alright, the eyes here. I don't know if these are eyes or if these are cameras or lights or what these are, but I'm trying to think of some shapes that would give it some personality. And this would be like a engine compartment kind of, who knows, maybe it's a cockpit. Okay, and then a couple panels to tell us how which way the form goes. That always helps. All right. Detail marks. Just trying to think of what would really be lit up. Some of this would just be pretty much black. This will have like some electronics or like some sort of needle looking things coming out of its mouth, sensors and things of that nature. A little bit of detail. Alright, so then this thing looks good, okay. And this thing, which we don't really know what this is, but it's important. There we go. Okay, and if you hate a part, you can just paint over it, but not gonna overthink this too much, or at least I'm gonna try not to. Okay, maybe it's got a little something coming out here. Here we go. And then maybe out the back of the head, I like to have a little detail. So that's kind of cool. More antennas and such. Alright, so let's see. I'm going to take this color and kill this back. Alright, so now I just stole some white. Not white, but this gray color. And I'm going to just kind of hit the areas that need it. Alright, that's looking cool. So now this is just gonna pop some of this stuff out. So this will get this detail rolling. Alright. Looking good. Put a little bit of hidden detail in here. Kind of like just enough where people can't really tell what it is. There we go. Put a little like reflective light on this side. Alright, so just going back and forth here. I'm gonna get that black back out. So our black goes that way. I'm gonna make some toe things here. And I don't like how basic these are, so I'm gonna add a little something. steal some of this color. Probably needs something even beefier looking. There we go. So let's make this look like it's kind of dug into the ground, or it could dig into the ground. Alright, and I'm spending too much time on this right here, so that's a good example of how you can get wrapped up into something. Okay, so then let's get back over to our foot. So get some of this white color, light gray color I should say again. Cool. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is kind of just pull back a little bit, take a look at it, see what it needs. I can already tell this whole section needs to be fixed up. That'll look better. So now I'm going to lasso off some areas that I definitely want 100% white. These will be some areas that I'm just going to hit. I'm going to lasso them off and then airbrush them. Okay, so we're getting some good shapes here. I don't need too many of them. Okay, so white. So what we had here is almost 50%. So I'm going to go about almost white. It doesn't need to be 100%. Alright, that's cool. Now I'm going to just do like some flare type stuff. And then I'm going to sharpen up some of these shadow areas. This will help with the contour on the shadow side. Now we've tightened up that shadow side. It's looking good. Okay, so let's just tighten up a couple little things. Black out some things that I know would be black. I know this would all be black. That'd be black. That'd be black. Little detail marks. Have a little break up the silhouette with these like detail marks. Even on there, that'd be cool. There. look better. Alright. So then the other thing I want to do is like a foot shadow. So I imagine he would be coming out like this for his foot shadows. Let's make it to where it will not paint on our drawing here. So I'm doing a negative mask on this exact area. Alright, so black. And this soft round will make it pretty darn big. Cool. Digging that. Alright, so we don't need this number on this one. Let's back this up, take a look at our page. Alright, so that's our mech warm-up for the day. I think that's cool. Go check out my glove, the Morgan Designs Artist Drawing Glove. It's really cool for drawing, sliding across your Cintiq or your Huion tablet. Gives you nice smooth arcs and keeps the oils off your screen. So check that out at artistglove.com. If you want to see more of my artwork, go to mikemorgandesigns.com. Check me out on Instagram and all that stuff. If you got any questions, don't hesitate to hit me up. I'm not too cool to talk to you. So keep drawing every day. Try some warm-up mechs and have a radical day. We'll see you later. Let's see. Where's my little fan? Oh, I gotta use my fancy little intro.